So morning, uh, let me delete some of these background apps real quick. So apparently our idea from yesterday ended up being completely right, bro. Completely right. We just had FOMC, which ended up causing this massive manipulations, but we reached first target and we did reach higher time frame target. So my idea ended up playing completely perfect. It's just that the delivery was not as expected. You get what I mean? So yeah, we ended up playing right. It's just that, yeah. Let's see what we have here. We should generally still be drawn higher. For our, we do have this gap, but this is a case where I wouldn't really consider 4 hour order flow. Let me real quick reopen Notion. So yeah, yesterday the trade was really fine. Actually, it was really fine. The idea was good. It's just that we had FOMC which caused this massive manipulations, but sometimes it happens, right? Maybe there were some things that I should have done a bit better that would have avoided either we take a close of 1% or we would have either closed at a 1% or we would have done, I mean, here, let's see. So here I'm still expecting bullish prices. For now, we don't have any real signs that we're not gonna go higher. Asia looks good. Gap to gap now. And looking at higher price, it's a bit of resistance, but should be fine. This is a lot of resistance. Like this order block is extremely good. That's why price. Oh, there's gonna be a pretty decent sell off this order block here after we take this buy sell liquidity. So let's see DXY. So still looking bullish, especially with that inversion. With that inversion, we just look to draw higher and follow current momentum. Right, gap to gap here. This gap is kind of insignificant. We had really strong rejections of here yesterday. So gap to gap basically. We have just follow up, just follow up. We might have some slight resistance off here, but just looking to follow bullish order flow. Just looking to follow bullish order flow here. Gap to gap, so we have just continuation edges here. We will wait to see how price closes and just look to follow Asia higher. We gotta be a bit careful for a potential retest again of the 4 hour. So we gotta, yeah, but our idea from yesterday is kind of sad though. I got out of break even. Idea was completely right, bro, completely right. And I said we would draw towards this, and bias was right, POI was right. It's just execution was weird, but yeah, it is what it is. It does look like a decent trending Asia. I'm not sure though, because this area also looks slightly dangerous. I would probably prefer to wait for this. Looking at the 15 minute, I will probably prefer to see these Asian lows get taken, because the area is just a bit good. Even though the 1 hour is pointing and making a valid edge, it still would be better to wait for to come back below this Asian lows, come back into this FVG and overall this consolidation from yesterday's FOMC. So this would be a way better area for us to follow, but we will see. Euro's the same idea generally, but Euro mitigated the 1 hour FVG, so here's a bit more likely to continue lower, but it's still in an area that is really dangerous, I would say. So we gotta see. Here we're not really guiding by the 4 hour. We're not really using the 4 hour here to guide our idea of going bearish, because 4 hour is a bit balanced. So here's where 1 hour actually shines. When 4 hour is balanced and doesn't present structure is when we use 1 hour, and 1 hour here provides a lot of context for our idea. But yeah, 4 hour still nothing, no clear signs here. We just reached overall discount draw, so we gotta be careful at bullish momentum stepping in. stepping in, right? Because this is the most optimal area for buyers to step in, this FVG, right? A lot of resistance around this little gap here, and it's very likely for us to continue bullish, especially that we're slowing down on the 4-hour. We see price doesn't form any gaps here, so this what is the signal? Lack of displacement. So we gotta be really careful when looking at price here, even when looking at Asia and how we're rejecting off this low. I feel like we're gonna inverse and start going higher and probably hunt those wicks above FOMC here. There's a lot of liquidity here, so we will probably hunt here because it's just too beneficial for price to do that, right? DXY again will probably hunt lower here, so we can use that to couple with our euro bias, right? This definitely looks like a very bullish rejection how we're reacting off this low, so we gotta keep that in mind. At least now we gotta keep that in mind. So let's see. Euro's definitely slowing down, so we gotta see how we behave. If we inverse some down for buys to hunt those wicks at the top of FOMC. Let's see how the 50-minute looks. Yeah, looks bullish. Asian range is balanced. Yeah, even though we have this pretty strong high here, I don't think it generally matters. It looks like it's already initiating higher, so we'll probably, if we form a gap here, we'll be down to follow trend higher. We'll see. This area, oh my god, it's strong as fuck here. So we gotta see, it's already closing that bearish gap that we had. Yeah, it's already closing, so all we gotta wait is either for this to get inversed, right? Either we wait for this to get inversed or we print a bullish gap to hunt. Again, we're looking to target this area because it's a lot of liquidity in this area, so we're just waiting. I would prefer a bit more bullish cases. We have one confluence and now we need the second. It's the same with DXY. We don't really have the second confluence on DXY, so it's a bit weird, but we're gonna see. Oh, okay, so GU ended up okay. GU is a bit better for sales. We can clearly tell it's a bit better for sales because we have a 4-hour gap printed compared to euro. Euro doesn't have. Euro's way stronger than GU, so GU we can actually look to still sell if we get a retracement to here, sell towards the next target, which will be this. Like, if you think this is gonna get broken through, it's very unlikely to happen. Like, this is almost 1 month of orders sitting here, so this will be definitely an area where we initiate higher or at least see some temporary intention. But now we're just betting on price drawing lower towards that area. There are really strong rejections here on FOMC. We reached draw. This was our draw for FOMC. Now we're probably gonna retrace and then just continue lower. So that's what we're gonna do. If we wanna short, we're gonna probably use GU or AU. If we wanna buy, we're probably gonna use euro because euro is definitely stronger than the rest of the pairs. So look, okay, AU is really weak also, so euro AU we can also look to sell, but euro we'll be just stupid if we're trying to sell this. Yeah, this looks really strong. This is a really strong consolidation, so this becomes our POI, right? This becomes our POI. This is a really good POI. Let's see, let's make our analysis. So GU is way better for sols than euro. We have this 4-hour gap, which I'm waiting for price to retrace towards. And 1 hour confirms also. This is a very good sign you want to see on your POIs. When you choose a POI, you want to see the POI get aligned between time frames. We see here 4 hour, it's aligned with a 1 hour, which confirms the validity of this POI, this being a valid POI. But this is a pretty strong rejection, but we're getting, but still, it's still valid. Again, really strong consolidations we have here. So this can become my POI, right? So definitely still valid to look for sales. This is a really strong consolidations. This is a really good potential entry. Again, I have a model that I use that is exactly with consolidations, which is RAMC, which means range. We form a range, we form a range, we initiate out of the range, we initiate out of the range, we retrace to retest the range, we retest to we retest the range and then continue. So this can become a really good POI for us, especially that we also have in this one level, this is a liquidity level right here, and we also have an FVG, so this becomes a really good range to look to try and play. Even though we see prices reacting at technically reached strong liquidity, that doesn't really mean shit. Even when we look at Asia, I just see a really strong raid coming here, so this becomes a really good potential trade for us today. I just want to check real quick. I want to check what do we have today in terms of news. AUD doesn't really matter. I mean, we have AUD already been, but we have GBP and technically USD bank holidays, but I don't think it matters. I don't know why we have USD bank holiday, to be honest. Generally, I don't think it matters because we have a lot of news today. We have GBP at 2, so we might be a bit careful at trying to trade GU in New York or towards New York lunchtime and so on. So we want to see the setup form in London if possible. And we see here AU ended up being really weak. We're finally initiating out of this big ass range, like this shitty price action that we had. And yeah, we're having this 4-hour AVG getting respected, buy sell liquidity getting taken, lower high inversion, break of structure, and 4-hour gap. So this is really strong on reaching lower towards this and towards this, so this becomes easy targets for price. So let's get back to our analysis. So what's actually the weakest? So Euro's the strongest, GU somewhere in the middle, and AU is the weakest. Definitely AU is the weakest. We can clearly see real clear bearish signs, very heavily inclined towards sells. Buy sell liquidity rate, lower high inversion, market structure shift, gap inspection. So it's very many signs for us to keep going lower. And that's, oh my god, look at it, 1 hour. Like this is so clean. Like we get this inversion here after tapping this consolidation, probably over this order block, however you want to call it. We have this wick inversion, retest of the inversion, break lower, again FVG getting retested. So this is very clear on reaching lower. It's just that most of the move already happened, which is 50 pips. So I don't know if we cannot really trade this, but it's at least clean to see. Our trade idea would have been perfect if we got it here, like selling from here towards these lows. Yeah, but now it's a bit overextended. I think the idea is mainly over. We already had really strong bearish order flow getting respected, inversion and gap inspection to target those lows. Because now it's pretty late to try and follow this. Simple, it's pretty late to try and follow it, and that's pretty much it. What was I watching on DAX? I don't remember now what I was watching on DAX. I was watching how we behave. I mean, let's see on the 4-hour. I mean, this is generally a pretty strong area. I'm not sure exactly if we want to keep going lower, right? Because it's this FVG here. That is probably our area of resistance, or would make it an area of taking partials. So instantly this area becomes an area of taking partials if we want to short. But for now it looks bearish. We have pretty strong momentum again here. Really good order block, form of fucking, like, what is this, 16 hours of price action. It's a really strong order block to look lower. So again, clear bearish order flow getting respected. And also we have 1 hour getting respected. So not only did we respect that, we have 1 FVG and 2 FV, so we can actually trade we can actually trade DAX here. So Euro GU DAX becomes AU. Will probably skip for today, at least for now. We're gonna see, but this becomes definitely tradable. We can trade this off this 1 hour gap. It's valid. We just gotta be careful at this area because there's a lot of resistance around this area. Really strong formation here. So also this new week opening gap is dangerous. So, but yeah, it's still valid for us to trade. That's all I'm gonna write here. Let's see 50-minute. It's just an early displacement that we get pre-Frankfurt. Now we're just waiting for a retracement to trade off and continue lower. So this is valid. I would still choose this because it's the 1 hour POI, and yeah. See, Geo's inversion, Geo inversion, Euro inversion is just initially how we respect it here. And we technically have one bullish gap, but we're still gonna wait on the inversion to look to target higher. It's a bit hard to target, a lot of resistance to target here, but it's still fine. Ooh, what is this massive as displacement? I don't think we want to trade this, at least not now. We probably need to wait for more structure. Gold also looks weird as fuck, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Weird as fuck, but is straight up valid. It is valid to take on lower, but I don't know if I want to target. Yeah, I don't know. Weird. Bullish, already reaching onto this high. So these are gonna be the pairs for today. We have 5 potential pairs. The best being GU. I tend to say Euro and GU are good. DAX also being really good on reaching lower. Probably DAX overlaps Euro and GU in terms of quality. DAX being just really clear on reaching lower. Euro, again, we'll probably see some bullish intent coming in, so I'm waiting for this inversion. But the thing is, even if this idea plays out and we get a buy, it's really hard to target. Like, where do we target? Because here we have FOMC orders. We have a lot of orders from our idea we played yesterday. That actually ended up being right, but we just gotta stop out a break even. But there is a lot of orders in this area, so I'm not sure how we want to actually do this, because this is also dangerous. So it's really hard to try and target here. Really hard to try and target. So I'm not sure what to do here. We're already building that momentum. We're initiating. We're probably going to follow up through London, and then we're going to get a retest, and probably 1 hour into London we're going to start leaving higher. This is probably going to become the safest target for us to take, but targeting more than that is just really risky. Really risky. GU, again, we're just clear on taking sells, and DAX again clear on taking sells. We're just waiting on a retracement. UK, usually when you get this big of a range, you want to see some structure form, you want to see a liquidity rate, and you want to see price sweep something into this FVG, then look to try lower. But for now it's just too big to try and trade. And gold, just weird as hell, bro. Like, what is this, bro? Weird as hell. We're still bearish, yes, but it's just weird. And I don't really like trading gold in London, but it is valid in terms of my strategy. It is valid to take sells from here, but it's weird. It's very difficult today. At least Euro is very difficult to manage. Yeah, it's very difficult. We are getting that bullish intent, which I was kind of expecting to get. Now all we need to see is price close above this for it to be valid for us to trade. But we did technically also have this, which price kind of closed, so I'm not sure. Well, I'm gonna monitor and see, because this can already be valid. If price on London Open comes back and retests this, we can already take buys towards this, and that's it. Like, we take a 2 hour for the day. We don't look to target more, we don't look to target less. We take this shit, easy money, and get on with the day. This can be valid also because we have, I need 2 confluences on the higher time frame to trade, to make a trade valid. We have 1 confluence, and this bullish FVG getting respected is the 2nd confluence, so we can already look at sells. We don't need to wait for this to get inversed. But yeah, probably this actually becomes our target. Not this high, not this high, this, because this is an area of potential fractal high, which is usually strong. Also forming this fractal high, so yeah, it's good. We'll see. DAX says there again, boom. GU, we're gonna wait for price to come back and sweep these highs. They look too good for a sweep. And Euro, we can look to potentially trade already. So we just want to see price retest this 5-minute FVG or and this 1 hour bullish gap, because this is a 1 hour bullish gap, 5-minute FVG, and from here we just look to trade. And it looks like a really good range that just initiated early, right? Initiated early. We just look to trade, but yeah, equilibrium prices are a bit lower. than usual, so we're just waiting for retracement. We can already take buys here already, and the reason why buys are a good idea is because of this 4 hour. That's what makes it valid. This 4 hour, we have buy sell liquidity on the highs here. That's why this trade idea is valid on being bullish. Otherwise, if we wouldn't have this 4 hour gap here, I wouldn't consider buys. This 4 hour gap makes it worth trying to buy here and makes bullish intent have a reasoning behind it, right? Because also really good POI. And now what confirms us that we're chilling on buying is this bullish FVG getting respected here. So now all we're waiting is for a retrace within this price leg. And we're looking to target Asian highs. Straight up London open entry if we get it. I don't see why price would come bearish. I just see price retracing within this leg. It looks like a good leg for me to follow, so it definitely is a valid trade. And we also have previous daily low sweep here, FOMC low sweep. We can potentially also leave runners, but overall this area where our stop loss from yesterday was, I wouldn't really consider that price will break and continue higher from here. At least there's gonna find a lot of resistance around this area, so let's see. Instantly we can already look at buys instantly, and this is a very simple idea towards targeting this high. Again, usually highs like this don't get taken. In this case, it's not necessarily that strong because it's a 50-minute, but still we gotta be careful. I would still like a deeper pullback. I would like price to come a bit more into here. I would like to see come into this FVG, or at this inverse would be probably the best scenario, because if price does that, it can offer us a way better and way safer stop loss, right? Because we generally, when we take trades, we want to have our stop loss at the low of the leg. But yeah, if we have it here, the least we can do is have our stop loss below this green zone and target like this 3 point some. So yeah, we're just waiting. Okay, DAX almost already reached already, yeah. But really strong here, so I'm not sure, but this is gonna be our trigger for sales if we sweep that shit right there. But this looks like a really good price, like which we technically can already enter on. It's just really bad. That is just better off to wait to come. So waiting for an entry. even if it goes right now, like we can do shit. I want to see a retracement. If it goes, it goes. Like it is what it is. I'm down to take a demo though, like a demo market. Where's my stop loss, gangy? Okay, we're probably gonna take a demo here, just to try out and see shit. Like it's still way too risky to take on a right, cause it's just too risky that we're gonna get that retracement into here. So that's why it requires patience. We just gotta be patient and wait, cause I really think we're gonna get that retracement. So we're not chasing trades, we're just aligning and waiting for the setups that we want. See, just imagine we would have actually entered here. Good thing it's a demo, right? Just imagine we would have been, oh my god, no, oh my god, I'm getting missed on this trade. Oh my god, I need to take this, bro. Price is leaving without me. Price is leaving without me. I'm scared. Oh my god, bro, no way price is leaving without me, and I enter here and I get fucking destroyed. Nah, bro, we gotta wait for this. If you want to take gambles, use demo, the same I'm using demo here, right? If you want to take gambles, just use demo, right? We're still waiting. This is a very likely area to come back into, because it's not only a 5-minute FVG, it's a 50-minute FVG, and it's the 1 hour gap that we had. So we're just being patient and waiting for that retracement. This would have been a very FOMO entry that I did take a lot of times when I was earlier in my journey. No, price is leaving. It's clearly leaving without us, bro. I cannot get missed on this. Like, my idea is right, and so on. And you end up fucking getting destroyed. Price inversing on your ass. And you're dead. Like, if price leaves without giving an entry where we want it to be, deeper into here, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. We gotta wait. We gotta wait for what we want from the market. Right, we gotta wait for what our system tells us to take. We gotta wait for it. Yeah, we gotta just wait. This is what separates like a losing trader from profitable. You gotta wait for the system or the trade to align with what you want, not chase. In this case, I want to see a deeper retracement. This POI is still very likely we're gonna get a retrace. So even if price leaves like it does now, like kind of does now, I'm not gonna take a trade and be like, oh yeah, getting scared. Damn, oh my idea is right. No, please don't leave without me. Nah, hell nah, bro. Demo, yes, take demos, experiment with demos, sure, but don't take trades like this on your life. Still waiting on this resweep here, which would very likely do, because this range is really healthy and this is exactly equilibrium prices that we have around here. So still waiting on that, and we're still probably gonna get it. If you want to take gambles like this, sure, take it on the demo like I did here. Like, even if price reaches this and yeah, hits our TP and our trade idea is over, it is what it is. Like, it's just trading, right? We're just waiting for our setup. There's no point in chasing. We still have GU, which is very close to our area that we want to short off here, and we also have DAX, but DAX I think will leave without really coming into that area, but we'll see. Gold, still waiting, no point in chasing. Still, again, as I said, very likely area for us to retrace, and if we don't, that's completely fine. We come back the next day, or we have other pairs that we can trade. We have GU that we can trade, we have DAX that we can trade. There's no point in chasing a trade. Like, taking an entry here when you're live, like on your fund, they're risking 1% on this gamble stop loss, and this really overextended entry is just very big gamble. Maybe with like 0-2 risk, sure, take it, but with live capital or with funded capital, hell nah, bro. Hell nah. Like, even if you would have gave an entry here where I initially expected it to be, we needed to have a stop loss below this zone, because this is a very relevant zone. Even like this, we would have had very bad R. We would have had 1.5. I need 2 R at least for my trades, right? Even if we would have get here, we probably wouldn't take it. So what I want to see is, the only scenario I want to trade is get a deeper pullback into this. That's it. And we also have bank holiday today, so Let's see what is yeah, it's rejecting, it's clearly rejecting of this right here, this order block. That's what it looks like it's gonna reverse, which means euro very likely gonna reverse as well. Does yeah, also the same gap here, that would very likely, look at this gap, this is so significant. It rated, okay, so let's look at price, like came up, mitigated this MVG, rated Asian highs, and look what happened, overlapped this bullish MVG completely, printed a bearish gap, market structure shift. This is a very relevant area that we're very likely to come into, especially now since we took this low. We use this liquidity to retrace, and this is what we're waiting for price to come here. We don't try and force before that happens. This is a very relevant area which we're still waiting for to get tapped. Really good market structure shift with perfect inversion after Asian highs got taken. This is very good. We can already maybe, yeah, again just take it like this, but I won't, because I don't trade like this. See, again, this placement very weak, very weak. Very weak, probably gonna reverse. If price would have wanted to continue, it should have probably closed above this high right here. Now we still have this 1 minute here, but probably gonna get inversed. And probably the buyers that got FOMO here, oh my god, price is living, will get swept here. Usually first 30 minutes of London are just Judah swing, and look at timing. Look at timing, bro. Exactly first 30 minutes of London, the Judah swing, the fake move higher, right? Just gotta be patient, buddy. Just gotta be patient. If it leaves, it leaves, right? This is trading. You gotta wait for those setups to align with your setups. Like, yeah, you just gotta wait for price to align with what you wanna see, and not emotionally just charge into this trade for no fucking reason. Even if it works, that doesn't matter. Even if it works right now, this is at like 20% win rate setup, taking your buys here instead of waiting for a sweep here. So going from a 20% win rate to like a 50 to 60 if we wait for this to get swept. Alright, it's a big difference, and we see prices struggling. So again, exactly as I said, first 30 minutes of London are usually a jitter swing or a false move, baiting buyers in, baiting emotional traders in. Oh my god, prices let me enter here, and then it's very likely, still really believe that's gonna happen. DAX is struggling for now. GU is still waiting on that. It's probably gonna be like a lunchtime setup, maybe. Oh, buddy, oh my god, today we have a lot of news on GU, so I don't wanna trade that shit. I see, bro. You just gotta understand how the market moves, bro. You guys probably click on this live and be like, oh my, what is this guy talking about, bro? What is this guy talking about? This guy is just delusional. Why is he speaking so much about trading like he knows everything? And then you end up seeing that exactly what I said was right. And I'm taking this demo trade just to demonstrate, just to show you why this is bullshit. Why this is bullshit to take. I just explain exactly why I'm using demos to demonstrate what are gambles. And you're gonna see that exactly what I said is gonna happen. We're gonna come back in this area, sweep, and then give our entry pattern, and then we're gonna take the buys towards here. And you would have been able to just filter a stupid loss because you wouldn't get emotional on seeing a 1 minute gap print. See, already stop loss got hit already on the demo trade. So this was a stupid gamble trade. And this is exactly what price does, baits FOMO traders in for them to just get swept when the real players actually enter in, and which is this area right here. And this is exactly what first 30 minutes of London do. Don't really trade that shit, bro. Don't trade first 30 minutes of London. It's always a fake move. Most of the time it's a fake move. So don't treat that stupid shit, Gengi. What is this guy even talking about? What he acts like he knows trading and shit like that. Why he telling me not to enter here when I clearly have a 1 minute gap, baby? Why is he telling me not to enter, bruh? And it's not arrogance, bro. It's just experience, to be honest. And I'm never talking without trying to give value. It's just up to people that actually listen. Because if you're gonna listen, you're gonna get some value out of this. You're gonna get some values. Your intro are gonna get better. Everything I give advice on is usually gonna help you. I don't say things to not help you, but it's just up to people that listen, right? Because people just click on this live, see me talk like 2 or 3 minutes, and then click off. But it's just, yeah. Bruh, like, this fucking neighbors are crazy, bruh. No job, unemployed ass neighbors. Unemployed ass neighbors, bruh. What is this guy even talking about, bro? What do you mean not take a 1 minute entry? What do you mean using 3 minutes? What do you mean waiting for the setup to align if I clearly see that it's leaving without me? I cannot stay and see a trade leave without me, bruh. Like, come on, man. It's a really nice setup. If this actually plays out, it's a really nice setup. It's basically an Asian raid with a big ass swing that we're trying to play. It's a swing formed by Frankfurt, 30 minutes of Frankfurt with 30 minutes of London. So it's gonna be real nice if we see this shit happen. Nigga, nigga, nigga. Nix, nix, nini, nix, 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 nini, nix. Maybe gonna retest this and hold lower from here and come back and mitigate already. But we'll see. Probably gonna watch a YouTube video. We're still waiting for the entry. Don't be worried about shit. Waiting for entry right here. Where's my? I had a. Yeah, waiting for entry. I'm gonna mute and watch some YouTube. See, now we're going a bit lower. We're just respecting this order block more like the symbols or area. Yeah, this is just like a 1 minute entry pattern. We have this low. This is a very strong low. It's a rebalance low. Then we have lower high getting printed, which means price failing to break higher, which is a very strong bearish sign. Then again the same thing here, inversion and break below this low. So it's usually a strong entry pattern. It might still hold higher, I'm not saying it won't, because this semi breaker looks decent right here and the body's respecting this 1 minute VG look good, but we're still waiting on price coming here because this is the most probable zone for us to take. And we're not taking 1 minute entries. Like 1 minute entries are just kind of risky, very risky to take. And this is usually a bearish pattern. I wouldn't see why price would leave from here, but it's still a decent order block that we keep wicking off. So it depends, but I'm still waiting on that, because keep in mind we also have this. We have this bearish VG that we're kind of struggling to break from. So at least I think a reaction it will cause lower to come back into the area we're waiting an entry from. And we also took this high, so yeah, this is an area beneficial for price to build some bearish intent or to at least retrace lower. Again, high taken. Let's see how, yeah, we're probably gonna get that. Gold. Okay, gold technically reached a potential buy area, but I'm not sure I like the idea of shorting, especially because of this big move. So probably not. Again, still the euro is the most probable for us to take, but we're still struggling with intent. We're probably buyers pushing price here and sellers as well. It's kind of on both sides. But yeah. Even if price goes and hits this, it's still a W day, because my idea was right. Our idea was right on playing bullish from this PI to PI. It just was misalignment between an entry, a proper entry that we wanted to see, and it's still a W day as long as our bias was correct, and as long as we did what we should, right? I want to start pushing some educational content. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that yet, but still struggling. Again, bank holiday today. I'm not sure how much it's gonna affect price, but still waiting on this. Like, bodies are weird behavior here. They're just battling the scenario where we battle between bullish POIs and bearish POI. Sellers pushing price lower from here, and buyers pushing price higher from here. So it's a battle between buyers and sellers. I see DXY, because we gotta use DXY coupling with euro definitely, but I still think, again, this is the highest probability area for us to look to continue shorts. And now that we took this low here, is very likely that we retrace back into it. So that's what I want to see. If we get it, fine, it's gonna be a nice trade for us to take. If we don't, that's still fine. Like, this is just chasing price here. Again, very high probable area. 1 hour gap, 1 hour previous gap that we had, 50-minute gap, 5-minute gap. So it's alignment between all POIs. And now again we're fighting. We took this high liquidity rate, 5-minute VG is just too likely for price to start dropping lower a beta for us to see the retracement that we're actually waiting for. We don't want to chase price, we want to wait for a proper retracement. We don't want to chase price here so high, and especially after price took this, like when price takes this and reaches this 5-minute AVG, the chances of being straight up bullish actually decrease. The chances get higher of us seeing a retracement lower. Even if it now works, it's still a low probability scenario that we don't want to position ourselves in. We want to position ourselves in high probability scenarios. So even when we look at this price, what should we ask ourselves? What is the most probable scenario? What is the most probable area for us to enter on? Which is this, right? And we gotta be careful at targeting. Again, this is a strong formation. Actually, let's see, on the POI is 50-minute inversion here, so this is generally the area we want to target. So this is a bit hard. We really need to be careful if we get the trade on how we target, because this is a strong high that usually price reverses before taking this. So this is a pattern that I've seen on trades that reverse before my TP so much. I target this main high, price comes, reacts of these necklines here, reacts lower, gums, hits our break even, and then comes here. So we gotta be really careful at this area. These are really strong highs that usually don't get taken on the first move, usually tend to react before getting taken. But yeah, we're still probably gonna draw towards this big ass consolidation that we have from FOMC. Probably this order block, I would say, but I'm not expecting price to take this. Is very, very strong. And see, now we're reacting lower. We're very soon gonna get that retracement, and from here we're just looking to target generally Asian highs. But yeah, dangerous, very dangerous pattern here. And it's also kind of 1 hour FEG, small 1 hour. It's an inversion actually. I think this is what we should target, this bullish inversion here. So meaning almost Asian highs, probably around here we want to target. But yeah, and yeah, the only reason I want to buy here is because of this 4 hour FEG. So one confluence, always try and tie, this is at least how I trade. I want to see 2 confluences on the higher time frame for me to think that an idea is valid. The first confluence is 4 hour FEG, right? 4 hour, and the second confluence is this 1 hour bullish FEG getting respected. This for me signals that we can look to target higher. But looking at price now, if we hide this bullshit text, this is also pretty dangerous, because see this like an order block. It's pretty dangerous, but we'll see. There's still a good swing to play. Asian lows got raided. It just happened early. Instead of us usually catching our entry here, we raided early in middle of Frankfurt, and then we initiated with London, just kind of completing the range, if that makes sense. DAX ended up breaking, very weird price action here. Jew again still waiting on the sweep. The equal highs look really good here for a potential sweep on continuing to target lower. Still looking good to take. I'm curious, AUD/USD, yeah, looks like it's kind of respecting this 1 hour to take towards sell side, but it's a really shitty break, really shitty break. See, no gaps, only one gap here. It's a shitty break. Even if it works, it's a shitty break that you don't generally want to trade. This is not a good displacement to be trading in. Gold, this is a displacement you want to trade in. Just compare this displacement to this displacement. Like, it's a big difference. You don't want to trade this bullshit like this. This is way better. And see that this is working. See, if it's kind of struggling. It's probably because of bank holiday, to be honest. It's really ping-ponging, really not doing much for like past 30 minutes. Didn't do much. This would be a good setup, but it's dangerous because we're not looking like we're gonna reach it in London. So, because today we have this, It's gonna be really dangerous. GBP news in pre-New York, 1 hour before New York opens. It's a really, really volatile news for GBP, and this is weird. Again, bank holiday today, so slightly weird. But as a setup, it does definitely look good. But Euro, we don't really have a problem with that. We just know that we have bank holiday, but it shouldn't be nothing wrong. So again, I'm gonna go FK and waiting for entry. Okay, so now we're getting that some type of displacement, but it's still weird. We gotta see confirm. We already had this 1 minute gap, 1 minute inversion getting mitigated, but still too early to enter, especially on 1 minute, because we still have this very order block. We still have this bearish FVG that is kinda getting respected with the bodies we see here. How the bodies are respecting the bearish FVG, so it's definitely too early yet to enter. The best case scenario for me would be to price to come back and retest this huge wick, but we gotta see first. It has potential. This trade has potential, but we gotta see a proper market structure shift. Like, we ain't gonna hurry to enter in this, because for now, see, it's very short, the flow getting respected. Price didn't close above the bearish FVG, and is not validating our entry. For us to take the entry here, I would have wanted to see price close above, and now we just invalidated it, so we're waiting. And even if it closes back above, now we won't really have a gap, so I'm not sure I would want to take this. Could have been a potential entry here, but 1 minute trades are really risky to me. I don't really like trading the 1 minute. Would have been crazy hard to take, but yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna go get some water. You just gotta be careful. Oh shit. Okay. We're getting that displacement, but I'm not sure I want to enter like this though. Usually when we have these weeks, we can sacrifice a bit of stop loss room, but we always gotta check the 1 minute and sacrificing stop loss room. So the place where we're gonna place our stop loss is the last PD ray, which in this case is this inversion. So technically, if we get a good entry, we can put our stop loss here. But again, it's just weird price action. I would want to see, I don't know, something healthier. I would want to see still a pullback, and then some healthier with a big gap here to take. And this becomes, for our plan, for idea, this becomes probably a monetary level, meaning depending on how price behaves to this area, to this temporary London high, we're gonna either take parts or do some trade management, and this becomes full TP, or at least 80% of the position taken here, and probably we can leave runner towards this area that we had yesterday on the trade that we got break even on FOMC. So we still gotta see. For now, it's still very short of flow, definitely. What are you guys trading today? Are you trading euro? Are you watching euro? Or same with the XY here. See, we have this which didn't get invalidated, so I would probably still consider this to happen, and then we take our entry here and take it lower. So when trading euro, we always want to look at DXY as well. We always want to look. There are people that actually trade this, but trade like this, like just see a gap and take this shit. But bro, inverses are the best thing you can probably use here. The best thing. So if price doesn't close below the inverse, it means bullish order flow. The inverse is not confirmed, and bullish order flow still stays intact, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're still respecting bullish order flow here. For now, maybe it doesn't mean we're not gonna close below, but we're still waiting for our trigger. Price closing below this is gonna be our trigger to take sells on the XY and buys on euro. So still a bit weird. Yes, I do agree. It's crazy how it wicked 2 times like this on the 1 minute though. We're probably gonna use DXY, so I wanna actually do this right now, and 1/2 for DXY, because we always want to do this. DXY has a huge impact on euro, so we want to always kind of couple it with DXY because it's bonus confluence always. And it's bank holiday, so we gotta be extra careful today because it's bank holiday, so it's not gonna be the cleanest day. but I still see price breaking lower here. Again, I see just this lower high getting formed and price closing lower. This is what I see, but it's just up to the market confirming it. Still weird price action here. I don't like this wicks. I don't know what's weird. But it could have been even catching like a, I guess, scalp here on the short side. Could have maybe taken this, even this maybe, but this could have been definitely a scalp. It's just that targeting was weird. See, the XY is starting to reject. But is this really a doable trade though? This first TP being, okay, we get crazy R. Like, we're gonna get crazy R potentially on this trade if we manage to take it, but I'm not sure I want to take it. Shit, a displacement like this, to be honest. DXY will look way better compared to Euro. Euro has this huge ass fucking wicks. DXY doesn't have that. And apparently still respecting them. It's crazy how candles really speak, to be honest, especially to FVGs. They speak a lot. Like, this is definitely speaking. That is just respecting very short the flow for now. Let's see, Geo is still getting close to our PR. Not really. Again, maybe a New York trade here, and we get one of the models that I call Asian plus London raid. Asia plus London raid, meaning we sweep Asian and London highs and then we look to target lower. This can be again a good trade, but really careful on news today. Gold, weird as fuck. I don't like gold. Same with AU. So Euro definitely the best for today out of all the pairs I'm watching. But am I really gonna take something like this? I don't know. Even if it, yeah, it's not great. Very choppy to take. And I'm not here to force any trades. I'm here to take a trade that aligns with what I want to see. DXY would look good. Yeah, DXY, bro. I want to trade DXY, bro. I think DXY is not really tradable on prop firms. I think the only prop firm that legit you can trade DXY on is FTMO. Cause yeah, FTMO, that's legit the reason why I want to buy an FTMO account, just to trade DXY. Cause this is looking way cleaner on DXY, while Euro looks just weird as fuck, bro. Like, this can be a really decent trade on here, just to target this sell side here. But Euro, no, I don't like it. I don't like how it looks. I don't know. In terms of relevance, we just have one inverse. That's our confluence, but I would have liked to see a gap here. Probably gonna take this on a demo. Sadly, we cannot really trade DXY on funded next, not yet at least, but it can be a demo trade. But again, even on the demo, you gotta build a proper habit. So here I'm waiting for price to close below. If it doesn't, I'm not gonna take even a demo. Use demo to build the proper habits, or use demo to limit test and see what's actually possible to do, or just trying to figure out. Because today I took a demo trade here just to demonstrate why taking a buy here would be just garbage, and we took a buy here just out of FOMO, like potential FOMO, that I would have gotten when I was a beginner, and price just stopped me out, right? Because plan was waiting for a deeper retracement here, but if you have FOMO, you would have seen this, oh my god, price is leaving without me, I need to enter. You would have entered here on this 1 minute gap and get fucking dismantled because you're not being patient. And this is a mistake I did a lot of times when I was a beginner. Could have closed, but I still want to see a proper close here. It's probably gonna still work, but I just don't want to force any trades here because it's really choppy, really choppy. Okay, now we can actually, I mean, still we need to see that proper close, but yeah, Euro might work, but still choppy as fuck. And even if you think about it, how could have we entered this on this dodgy candle close? Hell nah, bruh. This is way better. This is way better on DXY. But yeah, it's gonna be a demo trade. Cause we cannot trade DXY, bro. Why? Why fund the next? Why you cannot? Why you not let us trade DXY? DXY probably the cleanest pair, bro. I swear to God. Cleanest pair of whatever it is, instrument, indice, whatever it is, the cleanest. See a big difference between how price action looks on DXY compared to Euro. But yeah, it's gonna, our idea, I'm confident it's gonna work. It's just entry. We wouldn't have really any option to take here, but it's definitely gonna work. First, probably partial or break-even area would have been London highs. Final TP or 80% would have been on this high here on Asian highs, and probably runner we probably would have left towards FOMC consolidation here. But now we can place this demo. I don't know if it's gonna retrace or not, but it just matters. It doesn't matter whatever is gonna happen with the day. What matters is our idea right? Was our idea right? Was our idea wrong? That's what matters. So even now, if price ends up leaving and validating my idea, I don't care about the fact that I lost potential profit or I could have made potential profit. That shit doesn't matter to me. What matters is, did I make the good decision? And if my bias was right and my idea was right, that's a win for me, right? That's a win. Because ain't no way this is not how a high probability trade looks like, how high probability entry looks like. But it's crazy the the precision we got on that fill of the 1 hour again. I mean, not the 1 hour. I think this is just a refined. I'm not even sure what I refined with the zone. This, okay, this. Remember. If on the next DXY symbol specifications, most traders pair. What is DXY even? Is DXY like an indice? In what is indice? Yeah, it's not here on the next, but on FTMO I'm 100% sure it is. Because I saw it, I just want to buy FTMO account, to be honest. The next account I'm going to buy is going to be FTMO just solely for DXY. To be honest, if I would have DXY, the option to trade DXY, I would just trade DXY only. I wouldn't even need, bro, so many pairs. I would just master DXY, to be honest, because it's such a clean pair. Where's FTMO instruments? Symbols, okay. Let's see, I think, yeah, FTMO definitely has DXY. I just don't know, it's an indice or what is it? What even is DXY, bro? What? What the fuck? You can trade cocoa, coffee, what? You can trade coffee, what the fuck? I didn't know this. Okay, see, DXY cash, we have it. So on FTMO there's DXY, which I definitely want to trade. But what the fuck, coffee, bro? What the fuck? You can trade coffee? Really? And cocoa? I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, I didn't know this. But yeah, FTMO accounts are a bit more expensive from my experience, but it's worth it. To be honest, for DXY I'm willing to do anything. 99? Yeah, 99. Let's go. Oh shit, so this would have been in theory our entry, but I'm not gonna take it because it's shit. It's garbage. Looks like shit. But this would have been our entry. I should have at least demoed it, but it's fine. And now we would have tapped us in on seeing price close above this inverse, and here we would have taken our entry. Would have gotten fucking wicked on this shit. Fucking wicked on the inverse. And on 5 minutes, probably nothing visible. Oh, is this? Okay, I didn't even know. But yeah, we would have gotten wicked. See if it works. I'm generally confident in the idea, but we still gotta see what it do. Just choppy as hell. We don't want to force choppy shit. This is definitely how a forced trade looks in my eyes. This is definitely how, not necessarily a forced trade, but a forced entry. Like the context is really good on being bullish here on euro, but the entry just is forced, definitely forced. Late. Let's see, but it's definitely gonna go because look at price action. Like, look at this wick that we got into the inverse. It's definitely gonna go. It's just that, yeah, shitty entry. Not sure if I did a bad choice of not trying to enter a shitty trade, like shitty entry like this, but I think still is the better choice on long-term success and long-term. Because even if the trade works right now, you just see the current result. But if you take entries like this on the long term, it's gonna fail way more often than work. Way more often than work. So it's not worth. It's not worth because there's time when you're gonna see this bullshit entry work and you're gonna start doubting yourself. Oh my god, like, am I really? Should have I taken this? Should have I not taken this? Bro, this is garbage. On the long term, this has 20% win rate. Even if it works right now. If it works right now, it doesn't mean it's gonna work on the long term. DXY didn't tap a since euro came into that inverse, but DXY didn't. DXY, I don't know what it exactly reacted off of this 1 minute here. Yeah, it's probably gonna go at this point. Even the DXY entry, I don't think it's gonna get tapped, but yeah, it is what it is. Still choppy as fuck. Even if it works, the idea was right. Yeah. I'm curious if price would have tapped us in from spread on that FVG, to be honest. That's what I'm curious. Because yeah, even if you see it as a sniper entry here, most often than not, it's not gonna tap you in because of spread. But euro has pretty decent spread. Let me try and see exactly. It's also really annoying that on MetaTrader we don't have, on MetaTrader 4 there is no 3-minute time frame, and the entry is taken on the 3-minute. But 116. Let me see. What is this? 116. Wait. 116. Bro, am I down? 114647. 114647. It would have been really close. I'm not sure if it would have tapped us in from spread. But again, even if it works, the idea was right at the end of the day. That's everything that matters. The DXY trade got missed, sadly, but it is what it is. It's a demo trade anyways. I mean, it was expected to have a bit of choppiness because of bank holiday, but it is what it is, bruh. Still goofy as hell, bro. Goofy entry, goofy price action. But it's expected. Tomorrow we gotta be still faithful. Tomorrow is gonna be a really good day. Today we have bank holiday, so we kinda expected shittier price action. But tomorrow there's really good news to trade in. Tomorrow there's really we have we have news on GBP at 9, which is pre-London, but it's fine. We have really some mid-low impact news. Chicken is gonna drive it fine, but we have this. I really like medium impact news, and I like unemployment claims to trade within. which unemployment claims we had yesterday. We had unemployment claims, but yesterday was goofy as hell, bruh. Goofy as hell, bruh. Look at this price action, bruh. The idea ended up being right. I was actually targeting this higher time frame here, but we got stopped out of break even. But price ended up manipulating 10,000 times, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times before actually leaving. Is crazy. It's crazy, manipulating 4 times before leaving. But yeah, the idea would have worked, but it's fine. They need to add DXY and funded next and all the profits, but I don't know why there's no option to trade it, so I don't think it's hard to make that possible. But only FTMO has it at the moment. Let's see comparison on prices. Client area, where is FTMO challenge? And why are they having like bullshit ass? Why they have, instead of 100k they have 80k? What is that, bruh? So what is this pricing? Like, what the fuck is this? I have 80k instead of 100. I don't understand. And it's probably, let's say 40k. How much is a 40k? Which I have a 50k now. It's 350 on funded next. How much is it? Funded next for every trader, every market. Sure, bro. Bug offer. Yeah, bro, there's a good offer. If you're watching this video, just buy an account from funded next. It's not that much of a difference. It's like 50, but you can use, I don't even know, can you trade FTMO on TradingView? I don't think so. But an 80k is almost, yeah, 500. It's pretty a lot. What is their, what is their agreement say? FTMO general terms and conditions. I never actually read this. Your return obligations, contract. Okay, so this is basically a contract with the provider, subject to which the provider services only intended for a person over the age of 80 in the county for which the service are, but register that you can confirm you're over. Okay. Yeah, but I would just buy FTMO just for DXY, to be honest. Realistically, probably no trade, at least for London, but we'll see. This is a demo. Still kinda struggling. It would be nice now to start retracing. This would be equal lows. This would be liquidity build. Now see price retrace here, but I think it's more likely to just hold this order block. Hold order block from here, melt down lower, go towards this lows here. These are very low resistance lows here to manipulate. Now that DXY would be clean to trade. On God, Gengi. Our idea was right. We were right on waiting for the retracement. We were right on choosing this POI. We were right on this entry pattern. It's just choppy as hell, bruh. Bank holiday goofy at price action. But this price action was really dog shit in the last period of time. This was decent. But it was just really weird, especially UK, bro. What is this, bro? What is this, buddy? What is this price action? Very quality. But yeah, we're just gonna chill, I guess, for the rest of London. There's no real trades. There was the other trade, the other two trades that were valid. We were watching these. Oh, we might have Geo. Oh shit, we might have the Geo trade here. I'm taking price lower if we reach. So maybe we have Geo. DAX. Okay. Also, DAX is approaching our area, so we might have two valid trades. I thought they are not valid, but apparently. Gold, hell nah. Hell nah. So gold flies out of here. Hey, you weird as hell. I don't like gold. UK, let's see. UK's hell nah. So it's probably this three pairs that we're gonna watch. It's close. I just don't know. I don't know if I'm confident with knowing that in 2 hours and a half we have really big news on GU, and being in a trade one on these news. I'm not sure if I want to do that shit. But yeah, it's apparently failing. But yeah, I'm gonna go smoke a ciggy and yeah, just chill for the rest of London. We see if we have DAX and GU, but GU again really risky because of news, but we're gonna see depending on what price action says. I'm probably gonna call it a day for London. Probably gonna call it a day. Trade definitely looks like it's gonna work, but as I said, it's just goofy ass price action. We don't want to trade. I don't think I'm gonna take a trade on you, even if you come here, because we have very strong news. So hell nah. DAX maybe. We're gonna see. So I appreciate you for being here, for checking out the live stream. And yeah, I'm gonna see you maybe for New York, okay? So probably for London. Now usually London volatility dies down after first 2 hours, so probably not a good idea to trade. There are some times I trade even late like this, but yeah, it's not worth it. Maybe we can potentially get a re-entry on Euro if we come back, but I'm just not gonna sit on the charts right now. I'm just gonna like passively monitor, and yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna see for New York maybe if we have something, because New York does hold some potential, but today is generally a bit of a lower probability day, so don't want to force anything. So yeah, I'm gonna see you for New York maybe. Thanks for being here.